We say good morning to you. Welcome. We are broadcasting live again at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol, the Tom Taylor Sports Show number 609. We thank you for being with us. We've got lots to talk about. We've got Major League Baseball. We've got college football. Oh, goodness. We've got high school football. Big night tonight for high school football around the region. Perfect weather for it. We got good weather tomorrow, too. Then things will go downhill pretty quick. They're talking 1 to 3 inches of rain in here on Sunday and Monday, the remnants of Tropical Storm Nate. So we got some rain coming our way, but until then, blue skies, beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we welcome you here to show number 609. Here's the two-day savings event going on at Food City today and tomorrow. All kinds of specials here at Food City on Euclid Avenue and at Food Cities at all the chains, of course, all the stores in the chains, I should say. Banquet meals for $1, lean or hot pockets for $1.50. Food Club large eggs, $1 for a dozen. Food Club large eggs, grade A white, $1, $1 a dozen, limit 4. Also, Swaggerty sausage patties, 30 count, limit 2 for $5.99. Those are some of the specials on the front page. Then you have the great pumpkin patch sale. That's going on too, with the fall mums and all the different things going on involving mums and flowers and pumpkins and all that going on. Large pumpkins, let's see, 2 for $10, 3 pumpkins, your Food City Value Card, 3 for $10. Also on the back side of this two-day sale, look on the back side of here, chunk light tuna, Food Club in water or oil, chunk light tuna, 2 for $1. Kraft American singles, 32 slices, 24 ounces for $4, limit 2. Red or golden delicious apples, 5-pound bag for $3.99. Also today and tomorrow, right here to my right is a huge display. See if we can show that for you. Right there, boom. That is a huge display of Simply Done bath tissue, 12 rolls for $4. So those are some of the specials going on here again at this Food City and all Food Cities again today and tomorrow. Red or golden delicious apples, a new crop, 5-pound bag, $3.99. So we'll be talking about this the entire show here as we're live, as we said, at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. We always start our show by dedicating it to the man who hung on the cross, and so we always start with the verse, and today's verse very simply is out of the book of Psalms 32:8, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. There you go. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll jump in and go. Major League Baseball. Lots to talk about. 2 games yesterday, and a young man who's only 5'6". But man, oh man, can he swing a stick. Jose Altuve. We'll tell you all about the Astros pounding the Red Sox and also the Yankees and the Indians game last night. All that plus the NLDS starts today. Cubs and the Nationals and the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. We'll tell you all about that. Coming up next year as we're live at Food City on Euclid Avenue. Brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Of course, the good folks at Grip. And we brought along some of the Grip Energy drinks. And here is the pink grapefruit. We got them these to give away. These are free, of course, while we're here. Pink grapefruit, get a grip at your local Food City. We've got lemon lime, pink grapefruit, pineapple, white grape among some of those, and also got some root beer here as well. So when we leave them here on the table for giveaway purposes, they fly out of here. So anyway, we'll be right back. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show number 609 from Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show again live here at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Let's take a look again at what happened last night in Major League Baseball and yesterday. The day game yesterday, the Houston Astros topping the Red Sox 8-2 in Game 1 of the American League Divisional Series. Astros now possess obviously a 1-0 lead of the best of 5. Game 2 scheduled later on today. Jose Altuve, the Astros' little 5'6" second baseman, at one point played in Greenville, by the way, back in the day in the Appalachian League. Has a good chance of bringing home this season's American League Most Valuable Player Award. He hit not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs yesterday. Again, solo shot of the first at-bat against Chris Sale to make it 2-0. Later added another additional solo shot of the 5th inning and the 7th inning off of Austin Maddox. So became the first Astros player to homer 3 times in a postseason game. Of course, on the other side of the ledger, for the Red Sox, Chris Sale, his problems continue. Sale struggling a bit down the stretch in the month of September. And, of course, he did not do well, of course, yesterday, giving up 3 home runs, including the 2 to Jose Altuve, or 3, I should say. Sale yielded consecutive blasts in the first inning. Both are on 2 strike counts. So, with most pitchers, did not intend to do that. And so Chris Sale, not a real good performance. And, in fact, his comments were this is a bad time to have a bad outing, and he did. Red Sox get beat with the Astros. Final score was 8-2 again yesterday in Houston. Best team in the American League during the regular season looked very much the part last night in Game 1 of the ALDS last night in Cleveland. The Indians jump out to a 1-0 series lead with a dominating 4-0 win over the Yankees at Progressive Field. The game did not feel as close as the score indicates. Cleveland took a quick 1-0 lead of the second inning and never looked back. Trevor Bauer, a nasty boy, the starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. This guy was on. No question, he had a heck of an outing. Of course, he's not even the ace. Corey Kluber's the ace. He'll go today. And so they're thinking, is Bauer better equipped to start Game 4 in short rest if necessary? Indians don't want to ask Kluber to do that just yet. He made 3 starts on short rest last postseason, including 2 in the World Series. Well, Bauer, again, masterful in Game 1, taking a no-hitter to the 6th inning and holding the Yankees to 2 hits and 1 walk and 6 2/3 scoreless innings of baseball. He struck out 8. It was all Cleveland last night. As again, interestingly enough, Jay Bruce, 2 teams that tried to get Jay Bruce from the Mets back at the trade deadline, the Indians and the Yankees. Indians wound up acquiring him in what amounted to a salary dump. And last night he hit a 2-run shot that gave Cleveland a 3-0 lead in the 3rd inning. So Cleveland very strong, 4-0 shutout performance over the Yankees. Houston 8-2 win over the Boston Red Sox. And so today they'll pick back up with Game 2, Boston at Houston, 2:05 this afternoon. Dallas Keuchel goes for Houston. Pomerantz will go for the Red Sox, Game 2. Much needed before they'll play that third game. They'll shift to Fenway Park on Sunday afternoon. Also tonight, or actually this afternoon, CC Sabathia will go for New York. Corey Kluber will go indeed for Cleveland. 5:08 first pitch, Game 2 of that series. Then you start the National League Divisional Series. You have the the Cubs. Hendricks will be in Washington to battle Strasburg. That'll be a 7:31 first pitch tonight. And then way out on the left coast, you've got Arizona and the Dodgers. Arizona yet to name the starting pitcher. Clayton Kershaw will go for the Dodgers tonight in Game 1 of that best-of-5. So Chicago and Washington today and tomorrow. Then they'll travel on Sunday and be at Wrigley Field on Monday and Tuesday. For the Arizona-Los Angeles series, they'll be in L.A. tonight and tomorrow night. Travel Sunday, then Monday and Tuesday, they will pick back up and play in Arizona. The American League Series, as we told you, Houston plays again this afternoon in Houston. They'll travel tomorrow, pick back up at Fenway on Sunday afternoon, Sunday and Monday for Boston's home field. And then Cleveland, New York, they will travel after today's game. The Yankees and Indians will travel back to New York City on Saturday. And then Sunday night and Monday night games will be at Yankee Stadium. So there is the lineup for Major League Baseball. Again, a dominating performance by Houston 8-2, and a dominating shutout performance by the Indians over the Yankees 4-0 in the opening of the ALDS. We're live again. We're brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. We're live again at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. The Grip Energy Drink, love promoting this. Of course, they have 7 lightly carbonated explosive flavors: lemon lime, pineapple, white grape, pink grapefruit, and root beer at 125 milligrams of caffeine per bottle. That's it. Also excited to unveil their new sugar-free ultra orange and pink grapefruit at only 5 calories. What sets Grip apart from the other energy drinks? Well, very simple. It's the only energy drink that uses real sugar and stevia and not high fructose corn syrup like the competitors. They've also incorporated glucosamine, which is good for your joints, folic acid, biotin, which is good for your hair and your nails, natural flavors, colors along with a vitamin combination that enhances the natural caffeine, and no taurine, which is what makes you jittery and kind of gives you the shakes, and that's not in the Grip Energy Drink. It's gluten-free, vegan-friendly, and kosher certified. This is not only what sets it apart, but it's the only functional bottle with the over the cap allows you to reseal it. You can pop it open, take you a swig or two, and in fact, we're going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and get us our second favorite flavor. I hear that. Woo. See here, the lid screws off, and you can take 2 or 3 sips. And put the lid right back on, and drink it later. There it is, Grip Energy Drink. Love them. They sell them here at Food City, and they flat move them. Grip Energy Drink. Get a grip. Our great sponsor here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll take a break, take a look at college football. We got lots going on. We got coming up. We'll be visited by, at the bottom of the hour, Sean Witten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, due to join us coming up next. Also, a little bit later on, Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fan reporter, giving us a preview of what's going on this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We sent Caitlin Sturgill from Lenore, West Virginia there to see the race tomorrow, the Xfinity Series race. And Renee McNeil from Elizabethton. We sent her there because she qualified to win tickets to Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we're sending she and her hubby there on Sunday for the Bank of America 500. I would assume it will be out of the path of Nate, so we can get a race in at Charlotte Motor Speedway, because it looks like the path of Nate's coming up our way may avoid Charlotte Motor Speedway and all the racing there this weekend. So we will check in with Mike Hedrick about that a little bit later on. And also, before we get out of here, we'll check on their buddy Dave Martin from Cincinnati. All straight ahead here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll take a quick break, come right back. We'll take a look at high school football and high school volleyball, and we'll talk to Sean Witten coming up next year. We're live at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. And again, we have, all kinds of great specials going on for this 2-day sale today and tomorrow. Swaggerty sausage patties, again, $5.99 for a 30-count box. RC Products 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 4 for $10. Green Giant vegetables, buy 10, save more. These are 50 cents a can. Grade A White Food Club large eggs, $1 a dozen. Today, tomorrow at your local Food City. Banquet meals for $1. Lean or Hot Pockets, frozen selected varieties. Hot Pockets, lean or Hot Pockets for $1.50. And Purex laundry detergent. Again, limit to 128 to 150 ounces of Purex laundry detergents. Trying to read that on the fly there, and there it is for $5 again at Food City. That's today and tomorrow at all Food Cities, again across the chain. Over 130 stores in 4 states, and so they're getting it done again today. Another great sale going on at all Food Cities for today and tomorrow, and they simply call it the Food City 2-day savings event. All day today and all day tomorrow. Of course, stores open at 6 and close at midnight each night. Quick break. We'll check in with Sean Whitten next. We're live again. We is on the road at Food City at Euclid Avenue in Bristol on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 609 on this Friday, October the 6th, 2017.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Let's go to the phone. He's there, our buddy Sean Whitten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good, Tom. Thanks for having me again.
Appreciate you checking in with us. Just take a look. You're on the road tonight, about 2 hours down the road. I'm not sure. I guess you go up the road, down the road, out the road. I'm not sure where we're at Maynardville, Tennessee, to battle Union County. Give me a preview of this football team.
Well, it's obviously first time we played Union County. It's a long trip. It's going to be a long day today, and we're just going to try to enjoy ourselves. Obviously it's an opponent that's hasn't had a lot of success, but they went out and got Larry Kerr, who's the state champion coach, who many may remember him at Knox Halls in Anderson County, and just trying to turn things around. He's got a son running the offense who was the head coach of Clinton for the last 4 or 5 years. So, the biggest thing for us is just trying to approach it like a playoff game. We hope we're at home for the playoffs, but if you have the chance of going on the road, if you look at our region, Tom, Region 2. There's only one team in Knoxville, and the rest of the teams are in Chattanooga. So you're talking about a long bus ride, minimum of 2 hours to play a playoff game. So this is really important for us to, be able to mentally make this approach and go out and play well and get off the bus and execute, and to mentally just stay ready and stay focused and also have a good time. So. There's a lot of challenges when you go on the road, Tom. I mean, it takes a lot to travel a football team that far. So, we just got to get ourselves ready and more mentally than it is physically.
We're talking to Sean Whitten, head football coach of Elizabeth and Cyclones. So, again, the key to this thing is to, stay consistent, get to Union County, get the job done, and get back home because you got the next 2 at our place. So, you got to keep these guys focused and keep them the eye on the goal, eye on the prize, right?
Well, we got to get out and execute early. When we opened last week, Tom, I think our guys are hungry to get out there. It's a game where we want to, hopefully try to get a lot of guys a lot of reps, and get some backup, some reps. The ability to go out there and just, where we took some time off last week and we mentally stepped away from it, physically stepped away from practice, and try to step back and give our guys a chance to heal up and recover. And, we've been going at it a long time and just mentally step back and relax a little bit. So it's important to get off to some good starts, to play well, to execute. The one thing we got to do on offense is just kind of minimize the penalties. Obviously, penalties are going to hurt you in big football games, but, we want to continue to spread the football around on offense. We want to tackle well on defense. We want our kicking game to be solid. So, but biggest thing is, hopefully we don't get nobody banged up, and be able to get our starters in there and execute well early where they feel good about themselves, and we can get them out and get some other guys a chance to play on Friday night.
We're talking to Sean Whitten, head football coach of Elizabeth and Cyclones. So, again, you take on Union County tonight. You come back home for Elizabeth and Solomon South and wrap up the regular season at Solomon Central. So, as you heard him say, got to keep on keeping on and keep the pedal to the metal, keep getting better. And so, in closing here, we do this every time I visit. The keys for you guys to get up here tonight and maintain your consistency. We know in the record books that they're the last place team in the conference. So, keeping focused and the keys get up here tonight and win a big football game, get back home.
Well, the important thing is, just to, get a win, just to make yourself to improve and to be sitting at 6-1 and, and heading into, a big marquee matchup next week. So, we want to stay focused and, it's, we're going to get back late and we'll have to turn it around pretty quick to get our preparation on at Greenville. And so there's a lot of work that's got to be done in the next, in the next 48 hours, Tom, between today and tomorrow. When we get back late, we got to resurface and get back up in the morning and start putting our plan together for Greenville. So, it's just makes it an exciting time, Tom, the second half of the season. That's what, people don't realize the game 2 weeks ago, Tom, was how big that was because, at this point in time of the season, you can't afford to lose. You're talking about playoff, seeding for playoff, you're talking about conference championships, you're talking about, the way that the regions are set up and how far you're going to have to travel. So, what takes place today, may be a different situation in November, second week in November. So, we got to take care of business, play well, and, and then just come back and get our focus ready for the things we've worked so hard for.
You've had the week off. Again, we're talking to Sean Witten. Again, the head coach, Elizabeth. You've had the week off. You had some nicks, some bumps, some bruises, but for all intents and purposes, the guy's in pretty good shape health-wise now.
Well, that helped. And a lot of times, open weeks are different for a lot of people, but it came at the right time, Tom. It honestly did. The ability to get back in the weight room. We got in the swimming pools. We were able to stretch our guys out pretty good. And then, we took a couple of days away from the practice field, just the mental stress of just going out there and having to work on the practice field. We changed our settings up a little bit. The guys have responded pretty good. We still did a lot of conditioning, a lot of weight room work. We get out and did some old school flip the tires. We did some work on our new track that we got, state-of-the-art track facility. So, we get off the practice field, put the cleats up for a little while, and get on, just be able to get some things done that way. So we've been able to work a lot on our special teams, a lot on some situational football. You see it every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How the game is so much situational, and you can't work a lot of those things during the course of the week, Tom. You can't work on the onside kicks and the fast field goals and things like that. So it's just important to keep. There's always something to work on, whether it's whatever situation it may be. But it's important to get those executed because in big football games, that's where the games were won.
Exactly right. I know Tuesday night, future Cyclones, we had a chance to call that game Duggar, again dominating Vance and dominated the whole regular season conference, went undefeated and finishes the conference #1. And those kids will be with you the next 2 or 3 years. So I know that's got you fired up because you have some talent on that football field coming your way in the next couple of years.
Well, how exciting, Tom. A middle school group between 8th grade and 7th grade loses one football game in Knox Fulton first game of the year, 21-0, to beat basically the whole Big Ten League, 2 teams, the Johnson City team, a Greenville team. It's magnificent to be able to put you middle school in that category. Both teams went undefeated in the conference, and I mean, wow, it just speaks volumes of the people we got working for the middle school program. Obviously, with Ryan there, it's a big thing, but guys bleed orange and black. Mark Fox, Mike Hooks, Johnny Burleson and Travis Smithdale. All those guys have coached with me at one point in time. They're Cyclones, and it makes things special. They understand what their job and responsibility is. But Tuesday night was a great night, Tom. I mean, the people that came out to support our middle school football team to win the championship, first time outright won the championship, undefeated since 1993 and 94. That's unbelievable. Tom, my first 5 years here, middle school team never won a game. And you talk about, Ethan Thomas in 8th grade, his team only won 30. You'd like to think Ethan Thomas can win 2 middle school games by himself, as good as he was. So, it really is, and how far that program's gone. In the last 5 years with those guys taking over, they finished 4th, they finished tied for 1st, they went 2nd, they went 3rd, and then this year they won it outright. So, definitely have laid a foundation for our feeder programs, and those guys are excited to be there, and looking forward to coaching those guys next 4 years.
Absolutely, and I hope I'm right there with you. These guys were fun to call. You got some guys who could run the ball, throw the ball, or certainly tackle, and it was a complete package, and it was obvious it beat a pretty good Vance team to win it. Coach, before I let you go, let me look real quick. Yards passing, Carter Everett, 1,270. Yards receiving, Ryan Wetzel, 477. Yards rushing the football, of course, you've got the one and only Corey Russell that continues. He's at 748. You've got some kids defensively. Cujo is doing well. These are the stats put out by the Johnson City Press. So you've got some individuals in a team game playing very well, but obviously at the end of the night, it's a team concept, and we're taking a team on the bus to Maynardville to get a win from Union County, we hope, and head back home for the next 2 to Big Greenville and Solomon South. So big football game tonight. You got to keep this team dialed in and focused, do you not?
Well, yeah, you got to find different ways to motivate them each week. We talked about it several times. You got to demand and motivate, and everybody gets motivated different, and everybody takes the demands different, and then we got a good football team. We had a really good football team a year ago, and we got some big battles and a lot of football games left to play. But you got to find different ways to motivate your guy. That's what Big Daddy was always best at. Finding the ways to get people to believe they're better than they are, and get people to accept their roles and get them to play well. And it doesn't matter who you're playing or where you're going to play. It's just finding different ways to motivate them. So we're going to enjoy ourselves today, Tom. We're going to stop and feed our guys a big hamburger steak, some macaroni and cheese, some macaroni, and mashed potatoes, and get them something good to eat, and enjoy ourselves today and fellowship a little bit. And, hopefully at the end of the day we come back with a big win and our guys stay healthy, and we'll have a big marquee showdown in Elizabeth next Friday night.
You got it. Hey, have a safe trip, and I will see you Tuesday morning to tape the Sean Whitten Coaches Show, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Love that guy right there. Again, Sean Whitten. Again, the first part of the interview was hard to hear, so I had to maybe ask a couple of the same questions, which I apologize, but we got that fixed. And so, again, Sean Whitten having a big-time run as they're heading off tonight to take on Union County, again, in Maynardville, Tennessee is where they're headed off to. Union County, again, at 0-3, 2-4 overall. 0-3 in the conference. Elizabethton, 4th in the state, 2-0 in the conference, and 5-1 overall. After an off week, they again have at Union County tonight. Then they'll take it on come back home, I should say, at Citizens Bank Stadium, hosting Greenville next Friday night. The big showdown, 1 versus 4 as it is right now. And then following that will be Sullivan South coming to town. Then they'll wrap things up in Blountville. Sullivan Central before the playoffs start in 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I guess, 4 weeks from now. We'll start the playoffs in the early stages of November, and so we appreciate him very much. Let's take a look at the other games around the area tonight. Region 1 6A, Hardin Valley be at Science Hill, Farragut at Dobbins Minute, Morristown West at Jeff County, Crockett tonight at Cherokee, Volunteer plays at Daniel Boone, Tennessee High here in Bristol at the Stone Castle hosting Cock County, Sullivan South will be in Greenville, Elizabethton, as we said, at Union County, Sullivan Central at Sullivan East, Granger at Chucky Doak tonight, Johnson County at Happy Valley, a battle of a couple of ranked teams in the state. That's going to be a slobber knocker at Happy Valley tonight. If you're going to that ball game, get there early because there won't be a seat to be had, I'm sure. West Green and Ox Catholic. Unaka travels to Unicoi County to battle the much-improved Unicoi County Blue Devils. North Green will be at South Green tonight. Cloudland goes to Hampton to battle the Bulldogs. Cosby at Concord Christian. Hancock County at Thomas Walker. That's all in Tennessee. In Virginia, you have, by the way, in Tennessee, Bearden, Claiborne, Morristown East, and Sullivan North all off this week. In Southwest Virginia tonight, high school football. East Side at Rye Cove. Hancock County at Thomas Walker. Honaker at J.I. Burton tonight. You have Marion playing the Gate City Blue Devils. When was the last time, I keep going back, when was the last time Gate City, 6 games into the season, has not won a ball game? Really unbelievable. They've got some tough times going on, I guess, in Gate City, as you would say. Marion will be there tonight to battle Gate City. Marion will be the opponent at Legion Field tonight. Twin Springs at Castlewood. Union at Lee. Virginia High takes on the Abington Falcons tonight. And Ridgeview has the night off. And that's a look again at your high school football schedule for tonight. Volleyball last night, AA Tournament Championship. Sullivan South defeated Elizabethton. Again, yet another championship in the books for Wendy Ratliff and the Lady Rebel volleyball team. They can flat do it year in and year out. AAA volleyball, it was Volunteer defeating Science Hill, and then Tennessee High's Lady Vikings defeated Volunteer for the district tournament, volleyball tournament championship. And so Tennessee, these teams will be in the regional next week. And the District 1 tournament, volleyball at South Green. South Green defeated Hancock County. North Green defeated Sullivan North. In the championship, South Green's Lady Rebels defeated North Green. In the District 2 AAA tournament, it was Morristown East defeating Jeff County. And then in the championship, Morristown West Ladies defeated Morristown East Ladies for the volleyball championship in District 2 AAA. In soccer from yesterday, Cosby beat Cock County 8-1. Daniel Boone's Ladies blanking West Green 5-0. Dobbins Minute shuts out Morristown West 2-0. Greenville's Lady Green Devils shut out Science Hill 3-0. Jeff County's Ladies beat Seymour 5-2. Sullivan Central 9, Cherokee 0. South's Lady Rebels beat Hampton in soccer 9-2. Tennessee High blanking University High 5-0. And Volunteer beat Cumberland Gap 2-1. The AAA soccer tournament starts on Monday. Crockett plays at Daniel Boone, and then everything else shifts right down the road here at the Stone Castle in Bristol for the soccer tournament for District 1 AAA, which will be the semifinals will be next week. Science Hill takes on the Boone Crockett winner And then Dobbin-Smith takes on Tennessee High next week. Those games will be on Tuesday at the Stone Castle here in Bristol. And that's a look at high school football and volleyball and soccer right now as we have it here on this Friday, October the 6th, 2017. So the sale is on. The registers are showing that. It's busy and nothing like it's going to be, but it's busy right now. You have today and tomorrow, grade A white Food Club large eggs, $1 a dozen. Banquet meals for $1, limit 6. Those eggs are limit 4 dozen per person. Hot Pockets, lean or Hot Pockets for $1.50, limit 8. That's going on today and tomorrow. Kraft American Singles, 32 slice package, 24 ounce, 32 slice package for $4, limit 2. Chunk Light Tuna and Water or Oil Food Club Chunk Light Tuna, limit 12, 2 for $1, 50 cents a can. You also have red or golden delicious apples, 5-pound bag for $3.99 this week. Today, I should say, not this week, today and tomorrow at all Food Cities. Oscar Mayer bologna, 16-ounce package for $1.50, limit 5. And then also Totino's Party Pizza, limit 6 for 85 cents for Totino's Party Pizzas. Lay's cooked ham in the deli, $3.99 a pound. That's some serious good ham, too. Sweet, put that across the sandwich and a little cheese, a little bread, that'll set you free. Lay's cooked ham, sliced to order, $3.99 a pound. And also paper towels or Simply Done bath tissue, 12 rolls for $4. And that's going on at all Food Cities today and tomorrow. It's called the 2-day savings event. And boy, that is some serious savings. We've got coming up top of the hour, going to be joined by, in about 15 minutes, our buddy Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter. We'll take a break. We'll come right back and take a look at college football, see what's going on this week. Had a game last night and a statement made by one of the teams in that ball game. We'll tell you who it was and what they did after this timeout. We're live at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Next Friday, we'll be right down the road to Food City and Volunteer Parkway. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Show number 609. We're live at Food City, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Enjoying the pineapple right here. This stuff is good. It either room temperature or ice down. Anyway, it's a good way for me to drink Grip Energy Drink because it is good. And there is no, what does it want to call? Make sure you don't have it. No taurine. Hope I'm saying that right. Taurine, Taurine. All knows it's stuff in the other competitors' energy drinks that kind of gives you the edge, makes you a little jumpy and a little jittery. They don't have that in Grip Energy Drink. So, again, here at Food City, get a Grip Energy Drink. They sell them at all Food Cities, and they flat move them here inside of Food Cities. Quick break. We'll take a look at college football next here on show number 609 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one-and-done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one-and-done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Hello to Jennifer Johnson. Thank you very much, and Elizabethan for watching the show. One of the folks, also Beth McDowell down in Georgetown, South Carolina. Hello, young lady. Appreciate you. Andy Thaxton up in West Virginia. Hello to you, young lady. We appreciate all you kids being with us. And there's more. It's the only ones I could pull up real quick. I'm not real proficient here in the old computer, so I did the best I could. But anyway, hello to you kids, and appreciate you very much giving us a watch and a listen. Let's take a look at college football. Number one kid in America is going to make his intentions known a little bit later on this afternoon, as a matter of fact. Justin Fields, the number one player in the country, out of Kennesaw, Georgia, Harrison School. The five-star quarterback, it's down to 5 schools. Alabama, Auburn, Florida State, Georgia, and LSU. He originally gave Penn State his verbal back in December of last year. He's now changed that. He decommitted to that particular school, the Nittany Lions. 6'3", 221. Took official visits to LSU and Alabama while also checking out 2 Georgia games this fall. So he'll make his intentions known a little bit later on, and that will be. Absolutely. Yeah. Your buddy just came in and got one. You like root beer? Root beer's right here. Are you a root beer guy?
I have root beer, about too big on the root beer.
Which one have you had? Well, you get what you want. That's what they're there for. So, you want another one? You had the white grape. Oh, the white grape's up there, but wear it out. That's what I'm drinking.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's good stuff. Yes, sir. Thank you. Young man, come by getting some free Grip energy drink. That's what we're here for. So anyway, Justin Fields, we'll let you know who is going to have his services for the next 4 years. All right. Let's see. While everyone else is racing ahead to a match between Alabama and Clemson, don't get so excited about that just yet. With wins over Florida State and Louisville, North Carolina State has secured 2 of the 3 wins needed to lock up a tiebreaker in the division race. Of course, last night they got a big win over Louisville, 39-25, showing that North Carolina State should be judged as a team that has beaten 2 of the top teams in the ACC, and not one that should be overlooked because of its loss to South Carolina, the season opener. So, again, NC State's offense is humming, obviously. They put up 39 points last night against Louisville. And so the Cardinals, Lamar Jackson's hopes for a Heisman Trophy aren't dashed yet. He had 427 yards of total offense with 3 scores, including a heck of a grab by a young man by the name of Seth Dawkins. And so great night for NC State's coaching staff last night. Dave Doran didn't have an ACC win in his first season as a coach, has finished below 500 in league play in the last 3 seasons. Beating Florida State on the road was the best win of his NC State career. Last night's win against the Cardinals may be the most impactful. First time North Carolina State has won a home game as a ranked team. Let me say it again. It's the first time North Carolina State has won a home game as a ranked team against a team since 1992. How about that? So North Carolina State, big win last night over the Louisville Cardinals, 39-25 to really kind of solidify themselves as a contender for the Atlantic Coast Conference Atlantic Division. So these guys are making some noise for sure in the ACC, and deservedly so. They had a big win last night against Louisville, 39-25. As you know, Tom Petty died Monday. Florida will honor the Gainesville native during its game tomorrow against LSU. School plans to play the song "I Won't Back Down" following the third quarter. Of course, Tom Petty was born in Gainesville back in 1950. Worked as a groundskeeper at the University of Florida before his rock and roll career took off. Passed away of cardiac arrest earlier this week. And so as a Florida or Gainesville native, I should say, they're going to be playing a lot of his songs during the breaks. And so Tom Petty will be honored during the LSU-Florida game tomorrow at the Swamp in Florida. All right, what else going on? We told you yesterday, thought this was a pretty cool gesture. Here's UNLV in lieu of the shooting in Las Vegas, or as a result of the shooting. Las Vegas playing San Diego State tomorrow. This is the helmet, the black helmet with the red ribbon that has Las Vegas on the side in honor of the folks who were tragically and senselessly killed. Is that the right word? Again, last week. 59 people killed, more than 500 injured. And so as a result of that, in Las Vegas tomorrow at the football game, there will be these helmets worn by the UNLV Rebels with the red ribbon on the side of the helmet. And again, we get it up here a little closer. And the red ribbon that says Las Vegas. So very, very nice touch by the running Rebels of UNLV. Let's run down the Southeastern Conference tomorrow. And we'll tell you Alabama's going to be at Texas A&M, Arkansas and South Carolina. Ole Miss will be at Auburn. Florida hosting LSU. Georgia and Nashville to battle Vanderbilt. Kentucky will take on Missouri in Lexington. Also tomorrow you have South Carolina, as we told you, hosting Arkansas. Tennessee and Mississippi State have the week off. And I think I got them all. The Southeastern Conference head-to-head competition. Top 25 college football tomorrow. Number 2, Clemson hosting Wake Forest. Clemson 5-0. Wake Forest 4-1. Oklahoma 4-0 hosting Iowa 2-2 tomorrow. 4th-ranked Penn State, the Nittany Lions 5-0 at Northwestern 2-2. 12 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. 5th-ranked Georgia. Bulldogs 5-0 in Nashville to battle Vanderbilt 3-2. Number 12 Auburn tomorrow. The War Eagles hosting at 4-1. Ole Miss at 2-2. West Virginia 23rd ranked in the country 3-1 at TCU. They are 4-0 and 8th in the country. A 3:30 kickoff from Texas. Two of the best offenses in the country will be on display when number 8 TCU hosts number 23 West Virginia tomorrow in a crucial early season Big 12 Conference showdown. In fact, the Horned Frogs, the Mountaineers, have the top 2 rushing offenses in the Big 12. Do you think Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech? But the 2 top rushing offenses in the Big 12 separated by just over a yard a game. TCU, 232 a game. West Virginia averaging 231. West Virginia's offense as a whole, second in the country. 595 yards of offense per game. Second in the nation. West Virginia's quarterback, Will Greer, the transfer from Florida, told the West Virginia fans when he got up there and got going, he's going to be tough, and he is. 94 completions out of 144 attempts through 4 games, over 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. This kid's the real deal, Will Greer. And so he will take the Mountaineers into Texas tomorrow to battle the Horned Frogs. West Virginia wants to run the ball too, behind Justin Crawford. He's racked up 451 yards, 6 touchdowns on just 61 carries. Has gained at least 100 yards in each game this season. TCU, they're triggered by their quarterback, a transfer from Texas A&M, Kenny Hill. And so he has the 6th best completion percentage in the country, trails only Oklahoma's Baker Mayfield in the Big 12. So big matchup tomorrow between those two teams, West Virginia and TCU. Other games, Miami and Florida State. The Hurricanes, that game is on despite the Tropical Storm Nate heading towards the Florida Panhandle, and Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, all that area on notice for Nate. We're on notice for Nate for rain in here Sunday and Monday as it comes up through the southern part of the country. So they are playing tomorrow, 3:30 kickoff. Mark Richt again trying to stop a 7-game losing streak from the Hurricanes to the Seminoles of Florida State. Richt understands the swings of national rivalries from that long stint when he was with Georgia. He went 5 for 10 against Florida, but broke the Gators' 6-game win streak that lasted from 1998 to 2004. Before he got there, Tennessee had won 9 in a row against the Bulldogs. Rick went 10-5 against Tennessee, including 5 in a row. 13-2 against in-state rival Georgia Tech, so you kind of get the idea. He's 0-1 against Florida State, but again, a chance to do damage tomorrow, 3:30 kickoff at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. 21st ranked Florida, the Gators at 3-1, hosting LSU at 3-2. 21st ranked Notre Dame on the road in Chapel Hill against North Carolina tomorrow. Fighting Irish at 4-1, the Tar Heels at 1-4. Ohio State 10th ranked Buckeyes at 4-1 will be hosting Maryland 3-1. 4 o'clock kickoff at the Shoe in Columbus tomorrow. 14th ranked Southern Cal 4-1, hosting Oregon State 1-4. Number 1 ranked Alabama 5-0 will be at Texas A&M tomorrow. 4-1. They're honoring the 1967 Texas A&M team that featured then coach Gene Stallings, who went on to coach at Alabama. 7:15 tomorrow night. 16th ranked Virginia Tech, the Hokies at 4-1 at Boston College, 2-3 tomorrow night at 7:15. Bragging rights from Michigan tomorrow night. 7th ranked Michigan 4-0, hosting Michigan State 3-1. You have 9th ranked Wisconsin tomorrow night at 4-0 in Lincoln to battle the Huskers of Nebraska 3-2. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff. 11th ranked Washington State, the Cougars at 5-0 at Oregon 4-1. Could be a good ball game there. Could be a trap game for the Cougars. 25th ranked Central Florida will be at Cincinnati tomorrow night. UCF 3-0. The Bearcats at 2-3. They lost to the Thundering Herd. They lost to Marshall last week. Go Herd. We're going to be at UNC Charlotte, whooping up on the 49ers tomorrow. Stanford 3-2. The Cardinal will be at 20th ranked Utah to battle the undefeated Utes tomorrow night. California 3-2 will travel to 6th ranked Washington to battle the Huskies at 5-0. California 3-2. And then, as we said, San Diego State 19th ranked. San Diego State will be in Las Vegas to battle UNLV, who's 2-2. That's a 10:45 kickoff tomorrow night. And that's a look at college football here, again on this Friday, October the 6th, 2017. Before we go to the break, let me run down some of those specials again that we've got for you here on this 2-day savings. What I do with the paper. Here we go. 2-day savings going on. Food Club large eggs, grade white. Start over. Food Club large eggs, grade A white, $1 a dozen, limit 4. Frozen selected banquet meals, $1 a box, limit 6. Lean or Hot Pockets, $1.50 a piece, limit 8. Today and tomorrow at all food cities. Also, you have RC products. Selected varieties, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans of RC Colon A and W root beer, 4 for $10. Swaggerty sausage patties, 30-count box for $5.99. Also here at Food City today and tomorrow, red or golden delicious apples, 5-pound bag for $3.99. Oscar Mayer bologna, 16-ounce package for $1.50. That's today and tomorrow at your local Food City. Also, you have Totino's Party Pizza, 85 cents a piece, coming up again. And that will be limit 6 today and tomorrow. And also Simply Done bath tissue or paper towels, 6 rolls of paper towels or 12 rolls of bath tissue, $4, limit 4. And that, you got the holidays coming up. We are 79 days away from Christmas. If you want to stock up, got the family coming, want to stock up on toilet paper and paper towels, they got it. Again, today and tomorrow. Again, a 12 rolls of bath tissue or 6 rolls of paper towels for only $4 here at Food City today and tomorrow. Quick break. We'll go NASCAR. We'll talk to my man Mike Hedrick. We'll go and see what's going on, getting ready for the racing this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He joins us next year live at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Show number 609 for the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
I'm Tom Taylor, you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Sciencefield, all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. So let's go to the phone. He's there. Let's talk NASCAR. Our buddy Mike Hedrick from Northern Virginia, the NASCAR fans reporter. And good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, but hey, I'm not as good as you there at Food City because, like, you're getting all the deals. I mean, I'd be going to getting a couple pounds of that $3.99 glazed ham, slice it down real thin, I'd have to max out with four dozen, $1 a dozen on them large white eggs. I'm maxing out getting me 4 of those. So, yeah, load up your shopping cart on the way out of there, Tommy.
I'm absolutely going to do that. I would mail you those eggs, but I don't think they'd make it to the mail. They'd probably get hot and get spoiled. But, yeah, Food Club, large eggs, $1 a dozen, limit 4. I don't know when the last time that was, so they got some great deals here at Food City in Bristol. He's in Northern Virginia. We're in Bristol, Virginia, and gosh, just jump in there and go. Where do we start? Lots going on in NASCAR this week. We got racing in Charlotte with the Xfinity Series of the Cup. Trucks are off this week. We got new paint schemes. We got rule changes. We got guys in trouble. And take off. Where do you want to start with this thing?
Well, let's kind of just get them caught up with where the cars are at right now. Everybody, the trucks are off, like you said, but Cup and Xfinity, they're both at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Charlotte's a mile and a half, so it's a big mile quad oval speedway with 24-degree banking in the straights. But when you're watching it this weekend here, look at the track and look for the inner road course because that's what they're going to use next year. They call that the Roval. So next year the cars are going to be using turns 1 and 2 and turns 3 and 4. But after they get by pit road, they're going to come on into the infield. And it's going to actually be 18 turns by the time they get done. So look for that when they're racing for next year. Hey, Austin Dillon won this race in the springtime, but they're racing in the daytime this year here, which is totally different. So any race notes that you had from before, you can just throw them all out the window, even for Jimmy Johnson, who won the fall race last year. Like I said, they raced at nighttime. Harvick had the pole on both, so he's going to be good. But should be great racing. Chevys are kind of favored here a little bit. They've got 45 wins to Ford's 30 to Toyota's just 4. But it should be great. Qualifying is going to be very important here. So you're going to want to see them guys qualifying. They qualify at 7 tonight. But really, 65 of the 117 races have been won from the top 5. That's 65% of the races won from the top 5. And 75% of the races, or 87 of the 117, have been won from the top 10. So they're going to be practicing this afternoon. A lot at stake. Going to be qualifying this afternoon. So the weather looks like it's good down there right now. So going to be great racing, I'm thinking.
Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series practice at 1:30 this afternoon. Xfinity practice back-to-back at 3 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. And as you said, pole qualifying for Sunday's race, the Bank of America 500 will be at 7:20 tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The road course next year, you like that? Don't like it? Trying to spice things up? What's your take on this road course Charlotte's going to come up with for next year?
You know what? Road courses are part of part of NASCAR nowadays, and I don't think really anybody has a problem. And and just to, applaud them for seeing what they can do and kind of mixing it up. Charlotte's been running them big races there on that big track and for a long time, and it's been known for its speed. And they do have that the Roval that they call it. So I'm going to hold off my decision until we see them race it. I've become a little bit more of a fan of the road course racing here this last couple of years. I didn't like it when I first started watching the sport, but it's kind of grown on me. I kind of like a little right-hand turn here and there every once in a while. So, like I said, when you're watching it this week here, just look for it. You can kind of see it. There might be campers parked down all around it or whatever, but yeah, and we'll see how it works out.
Calling again to Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter. We're live at Food City in Bristol, Virginia. The two-day savings event is underway. Got some guys in trouble. It's amazing to me. We talk about this almost every week since this came out. Tony Stewart got nailed for calling out NASCAR by letting these guys go around without lug nuts on a couple of years ago. Tony Stewart got fined $35,000. But what he's done since then, he's brought attention. They've more than made $35,000 penalizing these teams. But Mike, here's another week of lug nuts. I understand. I don't know. I do understand, but I don't understand. They're in the heat of the moment, these guys changing these tires. But you would think, this is $10,000 a pop. The crew chief's got to set out a race or two. You would think they would do their due diligence to make sure those lug nuts are on those cars and not get penalized. Am I missing something, or they're just kind of glossing over this, they being the teams?
I think you're nailing right on the head, and especially if you're going to be making sure the lug nuts are on. It's that last pit stop. I know you're trying to save time, but that's got to be the one where you've got to get them on there. And you as a pit crew guy, if you didn't get one of them on there, and they can go back and check when when the air guns are used, they X amount of pressure is used on them to get the lugs tight, and so they can go back and see whether they got them tight or not. And that's a tough call to make your guy come back in off the track, maybe lose track position. But they're going to have to do something. I like the stiffer penalties. I watched NASCAR President Mike Hilton last night. He was addressing the penalties of Joey Logano last weekend, having to sit for 1 hour and actually have to miss the whole thing. He said, you know what? If that doesn't get their attention, he goes, we just have to find out what it is that's going to get their attention. And so far they haven't found it, but I think they're just going to keep ramping up these penalties until, like you said, my dad, he took away my ball, and then he told me I couldn't go to whatever, and next thing I know, I went to the woodshed. And I think they're about ready to take some of these guys to the woodshed.
Well, there's times I think I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but if I know that you're going to come around after the race and go, Tom, that's $10,000. Oh, by the way, your crew chief's going to sit out the next race. I promise you, it's only going to take me one time to make sure those dadgum lug nuts are tightened up. But again, Eric Jones, the 77 team, the number 14 team of Clint Boyer, each had a lug nut unsecured following the race at Dover. So their crew chiefs were each fined $10,000. In the Xfinity Series, the number 21 RCR racing team was penalized for a loss of an added ballast. I thought ballasts were in lights, so that tells you how much I know. Daniel Hemrick, the driver of the 21, currently fifth in the playoff standings. Then also NASCAR penalized the number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, Eric Jones, and the 48 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet of Brendan Poole in the Xfinity Series, unsecured lug nuts. Those guys were fined $5,000 for crew chiefs. Then the Camping World Truck Series, crew chief Carl Joyner fined $2,500 for the 88 Toyota truck driven by Matt Crafton to have an unsecured lug nut post-race in Las Vegas. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just missing something here, but that would, to me, be the first thing as a crew chief or an owner. I'd be on that radio saying, guys, make sure I'm writing checks to NASCAR I don't want to write. Make sure those lug nuts are tightened down. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not seeing the whole picture. I don't know.
And you know what? And maybe they are, because of all the guys that you just named off of, really only 2 of them are in the playoffs, and none of those happen to be in Cup. Daniel Hemrick in the Xfinity Series, what they have is they have ballast that's in the car, and it's like a big block of used to be lead, but it's now titanium. The cars have to weigh 2,600 pounds. So you try to get a small jockey driver in there, and then you can go ahead and make up for the difference by putting lead weights along the lower part of the frame rail, like right under where the driver's door is, and usually on the driver's door, to put the weight on that side. And they can load in whatever extra weight that they need to match up to that 2,600 pounds. Now, these are big, huge gold blocks of metal, and so NASCAR mandates that those things are secure in there, because you can imagine what happens when they just run over a paperclip out there, let alone run over one of these big tungsten steel. So Matt Crafton, that was a lug nut, and he's in the truck playoffs right there, and he's a championship team from last year. So you would have thought that they knew better, but it looks like, hey, from the list right there, that at least at the Cup level, the playoff guys kind of stayed out of trouble there a little bit.
Speaking of the Cup, let's talk again. We're talking to Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR Fans Reporter, live from Northern Virginia. Kyle Busch, if he wins Sunday's Bank of America, not only will he earn his 3rd consecutive victory, he'll punch his ticket to the next round of the playoffs, the round of 8, but he'll also become the first driver to boast a checkered flag at every active Cup track. That's pretty impressive. Last driver to record 3 straight victories, by the way, was Joey Logano back in 2015 when he won 3 straight playoff races and a sweep in the round of 12. Kyle Busch also won 3 races in a row back in 2015. Mike, the guy nobody's talking a lot about, at least I haven't, and I should be, because the guy you got to watch is Jimmy Johnson. He has 8 Charlotte wins going into Sunday's race. He's taken the checkered flag in the Queen City Fall race 4 times, including last season. Check these numbers out. In 32 starts at Charlotte, Jimmy Johnson, 15 top 5s, 19 top 10s, and an average finish right around 12. So, again, kind of under the radar, but Jimmy Johnson, I would say, for all intents and purposes, he kind of owns Charlotte Motor Speedway. What do you think?
I think he's the lead dog in the hunt right there at Charlotte. Like you said, he's got the most wins, and you know what? I think he's going to really need to get him a win to kind of keep moving him along. I don't have him going all the way to the Final Four, but I got him going the next couple rounds. And you know what? That would be so strong, for him to get another win there. But you know what? Don't count out Kyle Busch, like you just said. That's the last track that he does not have a win at. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's got 7 championships, and there's 3 or 4 different tracks on the NASCAR circuit that he doesn't have a win at. So for Kyle Busch to have, this would be the last feather in his cap, the 3 wins in a row, the last track that you haven't won at, being at home, propel yourself into the playoffs. You know what? I'm going to kind of go. If I was a bet man, and I don't bet, I still think you got to watch out for Kyle Busch in this one here too, along with Jimmy Johnson being strong. But we've seen this year, as always, this whole season, that anybody can go up there and get a win. I'm going to say it's probably going to be a playoff contender. It's very rare. It's only about 18 or 19% of the time that a non-playoff driver has got a win during the playoffs. So I think it's going to be one of those playoff drivers, one of those guys up in that top 8, most likely even in that top 8. I think that's where still the strong guys are. I'm not saying nothing bad about Harvick, but we really down there is Blaney and Stenhouse and even Jamie McMurray that are down there. So I think your win is going to come from that top 8. I think so.
We're talking again to Mike Hedrick live in Northern Virginia by phone. We're giving away Grip Energy drinks here left and right. You kids enjoy that. It's good for you. We sell them here at Food City, so y'all enjoy them. A couple of other guys, too. Kyle Larson, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. Ryan Blaney has never finished better than 14th at Charlotte's. He's looking to improve. Stenhouse Jr., who's in the hunt, of course, his best is a 13th place finish and 11 starts. Jamie McMurray, another one of the guys in the playoffs, has 30 career starts. He claims 2 wins and 7 top 5s. Then you look at a guy like Chase Elliott, 5th runner-up of Elliott's career last week. Man, you could just tell he was dejected. He had his teammate Jimmy Johnson come over trying to console him. But here's the thing, Mike Hedrick, I went back and looked. Plenty of notable drivers recorded more runner-ups than Chase Elliott before the first win, including his daddy. His daddy had 8 runner-ups before Bill Elliott ever won his first race. Mark Martin had 6 runner-ups. Glenn Wood had 6. And NASCAR Hall of Famer Darrell Waltrip logged 4 second-place showings before his first victory. So don't cry too many tears for Chase Elliott. Of course, I know he's very, very disappointed. I would have been too. But point to the statistic is that some of these other big names, including his daddy, finished second a lot of times where he got that first one. And then once you knock that door down, then look out. So Chase Elliott very much one of the stars today and the future of this race, is he not?
He definitely is, and especially the investment that Hendricks put in him. But you know what? those second-place finishes, they say you got to lose a couple before you really start winning them. That one last weekend, that had to be painful. And I would have, and it was great to see him dejected and all that. I would have just rather seen him spitting mad. I mean, absolutely spitting mad at his own self, because it was his own indecision that caused, him to have that hesitation and not try to get around Ryan Newman. If you go around Newman, you either got to go around him in a good way, or you're going to have to rough him up, and in that case, you're going to have to meet him in the garage. I don't think he wanted to do that, and while he was thinking about, that, there goes Kyle Busch on the outside, and really, he gave that one away. That one should really, really hurt and motivate him to do good. So I like the young man. I think he's got wins that are definitely coming. I'd like to see him a little sooner than later, and maybe he can get one here this season.
Also, I want your take on this. We're talking to Mike Hedrick. This guy's good. I got to keep him on the phone. He's doing a superb job for this show every week, and I can't thank him enough. Kyle Busch, okay, after the race, later on, I guess it was Monday or Tuesday, somebody asked him what would he have done if he was in Chase Elliott's shoes. And so I saw the video, but some of the Kyle Busch people don't like him, said he was being a smart aleck. I didn't see that at all. They said, what would you have done if you were Chase Elliott? I said, look, the guy raced me hard. He said, if I was Chase Elliott, this is what I would have done to block me from winning the race. But some people come out and said, well, Kyle's just being a smart aleck trying to rub it in. And I didn't see that at all. I think he got a bad rap. He was asked the question, and he looked in the camera and then talked to the people that asked the question. Here's what I would do if it was me. This is what I done. This is what I would have done rather than win the race. And folks said he was being a smart aleck, and I disagree with that totally. I think Kyle Busch in this case got a bad rap.
And you know what? And his answer right there is totally different based on the outcome. If you would have been asking Kyle Busch at the end of the race, hey, Chase Elliott had to put that block on you real hard and knocked you back into a 14th spot there as you were trying to get him around him. What do you think about it? He'd have been spitting mad. He'd have been complaining about that kid not knowing how to drive and everything. So, part of that is his own making. But I think that was out of blown. I mean, the answer is correct. I mean, he should have come down. He should have blocked him, or he should have got around Newman. And, Newman would have blocked him if he would have just got around him. Kyle would have had to deal with Newman. But like he was correct. Kyle was exactly correct in his comment that was the only thing you could have done, or you should have done, is come down and block your lead and fight for everything that you got.
I've interviewed Kyle Busch several times at the Speedway up in Bristol, and he says, here's what it is. And he tells everybody this, he said, I'm paid to win races. If I'm not out front, I'm not happy. I'm paid. I'm a competitor. Joe Gibbs pays me to win races or try to win them. So if I'm not out front, then I'm not a happy camper. If I lose a close race, I'm not happy because I want to win races. I want to be out in front. That's what they pay me to do. You can't argue with that. That's the name of the game. Football players want to win football games. Baseball players want to win baseball games. And NASCAR drivers want to win NASCAR races. And so I don't have a problem with that. I like the fact that he's very, very competitive. To use a medical term, I like him as a doctor. Maybe his bedside manner isn't always the best, but I like him for what he is and what he represents, and I think he's the best driver on the circuit. So anyway, that's the story with Kyle Busch and the Chase Elliott situation last week. Before I let you go, the NASCAR Xfinity Series also racing tomorrow. The Drive for the Cure 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Here's your top 8 right now. Justin Allgaier, William Byron, Elliott Sadler, Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, Brendan Poole, Matt Tiff, Ryan Reed, Brendan Gaughan is 9th, Michael Nett is 10th, Blake Cook 11th, and Jeremy Clements is 12th. And those are the guys right now in the round of 12 cutoff race. The last chance for the contenders to move on to the playoffs. Who do you like in this particular race tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be one of those guys already up in that top 8. If you look at the Cup side, the guys that are below their line are really only out by 4 to 14 points. But if you look on the Xfinity side, Brendan Gaughan, he's out already 54 points, all the way down to Jeremy Clements is out 72 points. There's absolutely no way to point your way in if you're one of those 4 guys. You actually have to go for it's all or nothing. I mean, you got to put all the cookies in the jar and just go get it, because those guys are going to have a win. I think that really your junior motorsports cars are really still the strongest. Your Allgaier, your William Byron, and your Sadler right up front. And the fact that Chevys are primarily strong there at Charlotte Motor Speedway, I think you got to lean towards one of those guys. But you know what? Cole Custer and that new Stewart-Haas team, that's a on-fire young man. He's not much to watch or listen to in interviews, but he's driving the wheels off that, and he's in fourth. So I think it's going to be one of those top 8 teams that stays, keeping their work, finishes off what's already pretty much we're going to see.
Very good. What do you want to leave us with, my friend? You've done a great job, as always, an awesome report. And what do you want to leave us with this afternoon? And we'll rejoin you next week, get a recap of this weekend in Charlotte.
Okay, just 2 little things. NASCAR has a rule change package for the cars for next year, and really the big change is there really isn't much change. The cars are still going to have that low downforce like they had. They're making it a little bit more standard. They're going to put a standard splitter on the car, a standard radiator and an oil cooler on the car. That'll help some of the smaller teams. I think the biggest news is on each car is what they call an incident data recorder. Now what happens is when you go into a crash, this thing turns on, and it counts how many G's is the crash and all that kind of stuff. Well, in next year, these incident data recorders actually are going to be running the whole time of the race. They're going to just be looping and looping and looping, and they're hoping to gather information of what's going on pre-crash. So they would have information of what the motor was doing, if the tires were holding, all that kind of things on the car. So that's a rule change on there. I looked into the big thing right now is the national anthem in sports, and we know that NFL has rules that they're supposed to, but yet we see the NASCAR is 100% participation. So I said, you know what? There's got to be a big rule in there, and there's got to be a big fine that's making all these young men and women to make sure that they're standing on the feet. And come to find out, NASCAR has no rule about the national anthem. They do not make you do that, and there's no penalty if you do not. That is 100% voluntary participation by all those NASCAR personnel, and I stand up and salute that along with the flag.
Absolutely. Well put, my friend. Awesome report as always. Mike Hedrick, again, the NASCAR Fans Reporter. Great weekend, my friend, and again, we will talk to you next week on a recap of Charlotte, and keep on keeping on. You're doing a phenomenal job, and I am blessed to have you as part of my broadcast family. Thank you very much.
All right, well, go get you some of them eggs, and hey, God bless everybody real good. Hey, screen taters.
Gotcha. Woo! Thank you, my friend. That's our buddy Mike Hedrick. Thank you very much. Awesome job again, Mike, and can't thank him enough for what he does, and so we appreciate him. We're live here again at Food City for another half hour. This thing flies by. I tell you, next week we'll be at Volunteer Parkway, right down the road in Bristol. Again, we have. You get that for you, ma'am? There you go. Let me hang it up here for you. Watch this. Oh. I believe that's it right there. You're ready to go, I believe. Yes, ma'am. Again, Food City today, RC products, 4 for $10, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans. Also, Green Giant vegetables, 50 cents a can. Tomatoes or kidney beans, 2 cans for $1. Banquet meals for $1, limit 6. Also, today and tomorrow, you have red or golden delicious apples, 5-pound bag for $3.99. Oscar Mayer bologna, 16-ounce package for $1.50. Totino's pizza, 85 cents. Limit 6 for the Food City value card. Lay's cooked ham right out of the deli. Got some of that coming to my house. Ooh, that's good stuff right there. Got to buy at least a pound, but for $3.99, why not? In the deli. Excuse me. Very good, sweet tasting Lay's cooked ham. Sliced to order. However you want it thick, you want it thin, however you want it. They'll slice the way you want it for $3.99 a pound. If you like tuna, in Water Oil Food Club Chunk Light Tuna 2 for $1. That's today and tomorrow at all Food Cities. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go to Columbus. No, we won't. We'll go to Cincinnati, Ohio. Check in my man, Dave Martin. Riding the wave with Dave. He's due to join us coming up next year. We're live at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol on show number 609 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
I'm Tom Taylor. You are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Sciencefield, all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. And we're back live again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show number 609. They said it wouldn't work. Doing a show on video on Facebook and a live stream never worked. Well, we're at 609 and going strong. And let's go to the phone. One of the guys makes it go. Our buddy riding the wave with Dave from WLW Radio in Cincinnati. My buddy Dave Martin. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing? And go ahead and start gloating about your Indians. Go ahead. You've been waiting to do this.
Well, you know, if you can back it up, if you say it ahead of time and you can back it up and it's all recorded and stuff, and I guess it isn't bragging, but yeah, how about those Indians?
How about
so, yeah.
Strong last night. 4-0 over the Yankees. Trevor Bauer took a no-hitter in the 6th inning, held the Yankees to 2 hits, struck out 8. He's not even the ace, Dave. Corey Kluber's the ace. He goes today, so Indians look strong.
Well, that was a very gutsy move by Tino Francona because and he should be in line to get another manager of the year. I don't think there's no question about that. But I think the thing people should realize is he really opened himself up to a lot of second guessing if something didn't happen right. But like I was bragging about all year, and it's actually been proven right because I've got the press clippings right here at my beck and call. I told you that, and your listeners, of course, that I felt Cleveland Indians had the best pitching staff from top to bottom. And if you just look at some of these numbers they're talking about, the Indians' pitching staff set a Major League Baseball record for the most strikeouts in a single season with 1,614. They struck out 10 or more batters in a record 92 games. And the starting rotation and bullpen had the lowest ERA in the American League. And they led the big leagues in ERA for the first time since 1954. Of course, that's when they went to the World Series and met I think he was a rookie or whatever named Willie Mays, and we all know what happened about that deal. But, you know, the Indians proved that they do things the right way, building a club from the farm system and maybe 1 or 2 additions, you know, free agencies or picking guys up they felt could help them. And it's a tremendous salute to them because they battled a lot of injuries. Let everybody know, man, they battled injuries all year long. And like you said, Corey Kluber, he missed a month of the season, still won 18 ball games, and says here that he won Pitcher of the Month for the 3rd time this season, despite everything. And I think he should win the Cy Young again this year. So it's a tremendous salute. Of course, the playoffs, you know, one game is one game. So by no means is things over, and the Yankees are a dangerous team and a lot of good competition in the American League. Of course, the National League's got some tough ball clubs. But I'm pretty excited that the Indians could return, like I predicted with you, back to the World Series and maybe win it all this year.
Say it one more time. You didn't say it enough. Say it like I predicted, Tom. They're going to go back to the World Series. That's good.
Yeah.
My man rides.
That's when they were playing. That was when they were playing like a bunch of bums. I mean, you couldn't hardly tell the difference between them and the Reds. Well, the Reds, you know, we won't even bring them up. But anyhow, they're work in progress. But, hey, well, let's switch gears. I know you wanted me to say real quick about the Buckeyes. And, of course, the Buckeyes are rolling. They shouldn't have no problem tomorrow with Maryland. Urban Meyer has got them cranking up. Their offense is looking a lot sharper, and of course we know they got talent on defense. So I think before the season's over, you're still going to see a lot of big things out of the Buckeyes, because I still think they're the class in the Big Ten, although the Big Ten's had some real good teams this year and stuff like that. But the Buckeyes are starting to hit on all cylinders. Of course, they're playing Sisters of the Poor, so, I mean, what do you expect? But that's kind of a tidbit there. Now, one thing I will tell you that I think we got to touch base on is this deal with the NFL, because I didn't really want to, but I thought, well, I got to watch the Bengals and the Browns play last Sunday, so I at least watched about a quarter, maybe not quite half the ball game. But, boy, those Browns, you talk about a lousy, lousy team. And they actually got a better offensive line than the Bengals. But, man, those bunch of crybabies, and they got 4 or 5 guys that absolutely can't catch the football. Where they picked up this Kenny Britt, I'd send him on the nearest Greyhound back on down to Miami or someplace like that, because he sure in hell can't play football anymore. But that was a pitiful game. And, of course, like I told you, I think mentioned before, people were all jumping on Andy Dalton and stuff. And, of course, he looked pretty spectacular. Of course, it was against the Browns, but he did look pretty good. And I think the Bengals will still yet make some noise yet this year, because they do have too much talent to, start off like they did 0-3. So hang in there, any Bengal fans down there. But the NFL in general, you see some of these stories about people feeling bad for, like, those bunch of idiots over there at Baltimore Ravens, that refused to stand and, crying about people booing them. I guess people booed them left and right. And some of these other players around the NFL siding up with that knucklehead Colin Kaepernick. I mean, that still gets me, because when you see what's going on in this country with the tragic event out there in Las Vegas, and of course I'm a big country music fan, always have been, I know you are too, that tragic event and the way regular citizens came from everywhere to help each other out and sacrifice their lives and injuries to save people out there. You see that type of heroism, then you look at the other side of the equation with these professional athletes nowadays trying to make some kind of stupid political statement, and they don't care what the fans say or whatever. I mean, that's a difference of night and day in my book, and I think it's something we got to mention and bring up. Of course, I know the people down in Tennessee. You got some great folks down there. They did the same thing a couple years ago when Nashville got hit with that flood. People flooded all over the state to get in there and help out, and they didn't rely on the government to take care of them or whatever. They just all dug right in. And that's the same thing that happened there with the hurricanes in Texas and Louisiana and Florida.
Down here in Gatlinburg, the fires last year, too. So, yeah, people step up, and we're pretty resilient countries, no question about that. We're talking to my man riding away with Dave. Again, he's going to be with us tomorrow night, again on 700 WLW. We'll be contributing to his show then. And last thing I want to talk to you about, I think the NFL, see, I don't even talk about the National Football League. And they had a game last night. I'm not even bringing them up. I don't even talk about it. I'm just not going to. I don't have to. It's my show. But I will say this, Cam Newton once again showed his immaturity. He got up there at the podium in a press conference, and a young lady asked him a question about pass routes, and it was a pretty, I went back and read the transcript, it was a pretty good, very good question. It involved some detail about one of his pass receivers, and he looks there and says, he said, that's cute. I've never had a female ask him about pass routes. That's cute. Well, folks took him to task. To the point where Dan and Yogurt, which is one of his sponsors, dropped him like a hot potato. Now he's backing up. Now he's trying to, come back around and say, I didn't really mean it. Well, sure he meant it. You go back and watch the video. But I guess my point to you is, when are these guys, you kind of touched on it. It's not just the NFL. It's professional athletes in general, but primarily the NFL and the NBA, I guess. Some baseball guys. When are they going to get it? When are they going to realize that we're not as stupid as we're portrayed out here in Main Street America, and we're not going to put up with it anymore, and the turnstiles are not clicking with NFL football games. They're losing national sponsors. I know our local TV affiliate, I know some people here, some companies locally that have canceled their NFL contracts. They're getting their attention, but then you got somebody like Cam Newton coming back and doing something like this again. And so my question, I went on here, my question to you, Dave Martin, when are these guys, I guess ladies too, but primarily guys, male athletes, when they're going to get this and figure this thing out? Because so far, apparently, they have not.
Well, I think you're making a good overall point, and of course Cam Newton, he's always been a pretty arrogant guy, and rightfully so with what he's accomplished in his career, but they just think they're above any of the fray, and they can say, do whatever the hell they want to, no repercussions whatsoever, and I would give Cam one thing, that we're living in such a PC world that you can get criticized for anything, and I don't know whether he was doing all that tongue-in-cheek or whatever, but the fact of the matter is there's plenty of women out there nowadays that are pretty darn knowledgeable, or even more knowledgeable than guys when it comes to sports and the inner working and stuff. So it's kind of like one of those statements where I wouldn't pay a whole lot of attention to it except in the environment we live in today, and especially with the NFL players, because these guys all think they're smarter than us and they can hoodwink us. Just like this deal about taking a knee before they stand up, for the national anthem, or hiding in the tunnel because they didn't want to be political and blah, blah, blah. So they're coming up with every kind of sorry excuse they can to not do the right thing and pay respect to our military, pay respect to our police, our first responders. Like what happened out there in Las Vegas is a perfect example of how they came rushing to the aid of the people and stepped up to the plate despite not knowing what the heck they were getting into and stuff. So the country right now is kind of divided, Tommy, and it's a shame because if we turn to sports for a chance to get away from all the political shenanigans that's going on nowadays and have a little bit of relief, and then the players are out there stirring up the pot and stuff just so they can get some cheap brownie points for their hacks over there at ESPN. So I'm like you, as far as the NFL is this year, I'll just monitor enough of it so I'm knowledgeable about my show. But, hey, I really appreciate when you pay a visit and let the audience know that Tom Taylor is a tremendous fan favorite with all the truckers out there. And, of course, I've got a lot of veterans. I've got a lot of cops that listen to the show midnight to 5 in the morning. I mean, we got a lot of third shifters that work all around the country, and so they always enjoy your commentary, Tom. And we kind of yuck it up a little bit. Hey, a little note, I'll give you a full report Saturday night, but I'm going to get a chance to go down there and see one of the great classic rock groups, the Guess Who, playing at a festival not too far away. So, in fact, I'm even going to introduce the boys on stage. Now, I don't know if I'll grab a mic or anything and try to sing, Clap for the Wolfman or anything like that, but I'll have some fun, so I'll give you a report on that Saturday night. How's that?
That'd be good. American Woman, These Eyes, Clap for the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are these the original, or some of the original guys in the band, and Guess Who?
Yeah, well, it's, I don't know, 3 of the guys I think are original, and a couple guys have been playing with them for a long time, but I guess they sound great and playing all the hits, and, we nowadays with the way things going in classic rock, and, of course, we lost a great, tremendous superstar in Tom Petty. We wish his family all the best, but, a lot of the groups have changed, some of the personnel over the years, but the music stays true to form, and people just enjoy seeing these guys out there, because none of us are going to be around forever and stuff like that. So I'm looking real forward to it. And these guys made a lot of history when they came out and started recording. I think it was in 1970. They had a great number of hits and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it and have a lot of fun out there just hanging out with the good folks out there catching some music in the evening.
You got it. Hey, I'll join tomorrow evening, 1 o'clock on 700 WLW, 1 o'clock in the morning. Can't wait. And so have a good rest of your Friday. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Give me a report about the Guess Who tomorrow night. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Tommy. We'll see you, brother.
I'll see you. Good man right there. Our buddy Dave Martin riding the wave with Dave from WLW in Cincinnati. He's a piece of work. He's on a station, covers 38 states, and he's asked me to come on there, and I do that every Saturday night, Sunday morning, to give an update on NASCAR. And so we will have an update tomorrow evening with the drive for the Cure 300 races tomorrow afternoon at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And then on Sunday, the Bank of America 500. So we'll take a quick break. We're going to wrap this thing up. We will come back and give you the schedule, baseball schedule, high school football schedule. Probably give you a schedule of who's playing where in college football one more time, top 25. And then we'll get ready to skedaddle out of here. Quick break. We're live here again at Food City on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Again, the 2-day savings event is on. And if I'm judging by sales so far, the RC Cola is rocking. RC Cola, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 4 for $10. Here's the sale paper. You can see RC Cola and RC and AW root beer flying out of here. Also, been watching the buggies, and there's been a lot of canned goods leaving. Buy 10, save more. Green Giant vegetables for 50 cents a can. And also, of course, the eggs. Grade 8 white Food Club large eggs, $1 a dozen, limit 4. And that's today and tomorrow. Hot Pockets, lean or Hot Pockets for $1.50, limit 8. Banquet meals for $1. Banquet meals, check this out. On the ad, there banquet meals for $1, limit 6. Hot Pockets for $1.50, limit 8. Purex laundry detergent, limit 2 for $5. These are some great deals. And this is today and tomorrow here at your local Food City. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll come back and, again, to wrap this thing up, we'll give you the schedule for tonight: high school football, college football, the National Hockey League. We won't talk about the NFL. We'll talk about everything but that. And Major League Baseball. We've got some great playoff games. Got a quadruple header today. Both American League and both National League games are in progress later on today. We'll tell you all about that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, wrapping this thing up again. We are on show number 609 today. Tuesday we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit, Wednesday Chick-fil-A, Thursday Champion Chevrolet. Next Friday we'll be at Food City right down the road to Food City on Volunteer Parkway. Major League Baseball, here we go. Who's playing where today? Game 2 of the Houston-Boston series. Again, Houston got them last night pretty good. Jose Altuve, 3 home runs. Houston beat the Red Sox and Chris Sale 8-2. 2:05 this afternoon. Coming up in about an hour, you've got Pomerantz for Boston and Dallas Keuchel for Houston. In Houston, travel day tomorrow. They'll pick back up games 3 and 4 Sunday and Monday at Fenway Park. Cleveland, last night 4-0 shutout over the Yankees. Today, CC Sabathia goes to New York. Corey Kluber for Cleveland, 18-4 Kluber. Sabathia 14-5, 5:08 first pitch. Again, they'll travel tomorrow, Sunday and Monday at Yankee Stadium. In the National League, Cubs will be in Washington, 7:31 first pitch tonight. Hendricks for Chicago. Strasburg goes for Washington. Tomorrow, John Lester and to be determined the pitcher for Washington. They'll travel on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at Wrigley Field. Arizona, Los Angeles. Again, Clayton Kershaw on the mound with the Dodgers tonight, 10:31 first pitch. Arizona's pitcher to be determined. They'll play there also tomorrow night, and then they'll travel on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday at Arizona. All these are the best of 5, of course, in the divisional series. As Houston leads Boston 1-0, Cleveland over New York 1-0, and the Cubs and the Nationals, their first game today, likewise with Arizona, excuse me, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So that's what's going on in Major League Baseball for today. High school football, running down for you tonight. Cloudland and Hampton, Cocke County at Tennessee High, right down the road here at the Stone Castle. You have Cosby, Concord Christian, Cumberland Gap at Jellicoe, Crockett tonight in Rogersville to battle Cherokee. You have Elizabethton traveling to Union County, Farragut and Kingsport against Dobbins Minute, Granger at Chucky Doak, Science Hill hosting Hardin Valley. Also tonight, Happy Valley hosting Johnson County, both ranked in the state. They'll play that one on the hill at Happy Valley. Get there early for that one. Morristown West at Jeff County, North Green at South Green, Sullivan Central at Sullivan East today. It is Sullivan South at Greenville. Unaka travels to Irwin to battle the much improved Unicoi County Blue Devils. Volunteer Daniel Boone. Open dates this week, the Knox Bearden Bulldogs, Claiborne, Morristown East, and Sullivan North have the week off. In Southwest Virginia tonight, East Side at Rye Cove, Hancock County at Thomas Walker, Honeacre at J.I. Burden. John Battle plays tonight at Wise Central. Gate City looking for their first win of the season, hosting Marion. Twin Springs, the Fighting Titans will be at Castlewood, Union at Lee, and Virginia High will be in Abington to battle the Falcons tonight. Ridgeview has the night off. Tennessee with the night off tomorrow. Much needed, obviously, with the way they've been playing. Excuse me, let's get back to it. We run down college football for you. Top 25 for tomorrow. Number 2, Clemson hosting Wake Forest. Number 3, Oklahoma, home to Iowa State. 4th-ranked Penn State at Northwestern. 5th-ranked Georgia in Nashville to battle Vanderbilt. 12th-ranked Auburn hosting Ole Miss. 23rd-ranked West Virginia at 8th-ranked Texas Christian, TCU. 13th-ranked Miami at Florida State. That game is on in Tallahassee, even though the storm's coming. We're supposed to get the rain here, 2 to 4 inches of rain between Sunday and Wednesday here in the region. LSU at Florida, 21st-ranked Gators hosting LSU. 21st-ranked Notre Dame at North Carolina. 10th-ranked Ohio State hosting Maryland. 14th-ranked Southern Cal, home to Oregon State. Number 1, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, tomorrow night at 7:15 at Texas A&M. 16th-ranked Virginia Tech, the Hokies, on the road at Boston College tomorrow night. 7th-ranked Michigan playing host to Michigan State. You have 9th-ranked Wisconsin at Nebraska. 11th-ranked Washington State at Oregon. These are all jumbled up because I'm giving them to you chronologically. 25th-ranked Central Florida plays at Cincinnati. 20th-ranked Utah hosting Stanford. 6th-ranked Washington hosting California. And 19th-ranked San Diego State on the road at UNLV. And that's your lineup for top 25 college football. East Tennessee State homecoming tomorrow against Robert Morris. 3:30 kickoff tomorrow, again at William B. Green Jr. Stadium on the campus of East Tennessee State University. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We gave away 2 cases of Grip Energy Drink today. Folks love this drink. It's sold right here at Food City. We're giving away free samples, and I'm still sipping and nursing this one right here, the pineapple. Here's the beauty of these drinks, too. They've got the lid where you have the only functional bottle. Over cap allows the consumer to reseal and carry their grip hands-free. How about that? I'll give you the right, no, there it is right there. And I'm showing you the grip pineapple right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. You got pineapple, lemon lime, white grape, pink grapefruit, and root beer. Now the ultra orange and pink grapefruit, sugar-free as well. It's good stuff. It's all, again, sold right here at any and all Food Cities. All right, one more time. Let's run them down for you. Let's take you from the top down every single sell item here for the 2-day event before we get out of here. Swaggerty sausage patties, 30 count for $5.99. RC Products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 4 for $10. Green Giant vegetables, 50 cents a can. Tomatoes or kidney beans, again, 2 for $1. You also have Food Club large eggs, grade A white, $1 a dozen, limit 4. Banquet meals, $1, limit 6. Lean or Hot Pockets, again, look right here, limit 8. Lean or Hot Pockets for, there you go, for $1.50. Trix laundry detergent, 128, 150 ounce liquid container for $5. Also, Chunk Light Tuna, 2 for $1. Kraft American Singles, 32 slices, 24 ounces for $4, limit 2. Red or Delicious Golden Apples, 5-pound bag for $3.99. Oscar Mayer Bologna, 16-ounce package, $1.50, limit 5. Totino's Party Pizza, 85 cents. Also, excuse me, show you these Blue Bonnet quarters. The butter Blue Bonnet quarters for 75 cents for 16 ounces. Lay's cooked ham, $3.99 a pound. And then the one that's right over here, the Simply Done bath tissue or paper towels, 12 bath tissue rolls for $4 or 6 rolls of paper towels for $4, limit 4 right here, and that's today and tomorrow. All these sale prices today and tomorrow only. So that's what's going on here at your local Food City. As we are out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. We'll be at it again tomorrow, or the Monday, back at it again Tuesday as well, and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and of course next Friday right down the road to Food City on the Volunteer Parkway for our next round of Food City Friday live broadcast. So thanks to Mike Hedrick, our NASCAR fan reporter, joining us from Northern Virginia, Sean Whitten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, and just now Dave Martin, our buddy from Riding Away with Dave from WOW Radio in Cincinnati. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Rejoining you next week, and so until then, have a great weekend. Rain's a coming. We need it. Again, probably not the way we're going to get it, but we need the rain for sure. And they're talking as a result of Tropical Storm Nate. Could be 2 to 4 inches of rain here locally. They said that with, which one did they say it was coming? We didn't get anything, virtually nothing, because the track of the storm moved in the other direction. So we have to wait and see, but they're saying pretty confident we'll get some rain out of this one starting Sunday and raining all the way through Tuesday. So don't forget Columbus Day on Monday. Banks are closed. Post offices are closed here locally. The banks are closed. So have a great weekend. We'll see you again next week. And until we greet you again next week, we'll tell you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody.